And I think we are now live on the stream. Hello, everybody. I hope things are well. If you can hear me, please just say hello in the chat. I can't go over that. There was a bit of a blip then. Normally it just works absolutely fine, no problems. But tonight we seem to have had a bit of a glitch trying to get the stream to actually engage. So maybe I didn't press the right button. That's what normally happens. So hi to David Ravenscroft and Jamie Bell and SMK Scale Model Kits. I hope you are well. I've carried on this afternoon while I had some spare time to crack on with spraying the model up, and I quickly did a video edit. If you look back through the video channels there on the videos on the channel, you'll see that I've done the spraying in part one. Okay, so you'll see how I've sprayed it up and the colours that I've used, and I'm just going to quickly go through some of the things that may have interest some people now that when they saw the video they would like to know about it. So what I'd done is I sprayed using the Vallejo. Where have I put that to? Somewhere around here. The Vallejo, and I also used, where did I do that Vallejo to? The Vallejo bottle Model Air Dark Earth, and I also used the Tamiya XF3, which I mixed with Tamiya lacquer because the you try to keep the mixes together. Though I will say I'm always been impressed with using the Mr. Hobby thinner. That's a very good thinner to use as well when you're doing airbrushing. Somewhere I have the paints, but I must have put them down somewhere because I can't find them now. Not in my pockets, are they? No. So anyway, so I used them two colours, which ultimately I just thought I'd put this out here because if you are new to airbrushing, okay, this is one of Moz's top tips, okay. I suggest that you go off and when you buy your airbrush, spend a couple of quid and buy a box set like this, okay. It's Vallejo Model Air. And no doubt in my mind that if you're new to airbrushing, you will obviously either build a Spitfire or a Hurricane or something World War II. And this model air set has the colours you need to do almost everything for the Allied forces in World War II. And it's just I've got all these in my drawer, all separates, okay. But when I'm doing World War II Allied forces, I grab this kit and I use it. It's got everything in it you need. It really has. So there you go. There's the flat yellow on this one, and there's the dark earth that I used. You cannot, if you're just starting out. I know they're a couple of quid, right? They're not cheap, but then again, airbrushes aren't cheap. But I really do believe that if you have the right paint, right, and you mix well, okay, I think you can airbrush with any price airbrush. Don't go cheap Chinese cheap, okay? But you do really well with a Neo. I've got a Neo for my water, and sorry, not a Neo. Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah, it is a Neo, isn't it? For my water, or CN for our water. And alright, it's not made by Water, but it goes through the same strict, you know, it goes through the same builds as them basically. So when you get it, and it is a bit fiddly, I understand that, but if you really wanted to start, I recommend that. And go and buy one of these kits that gives you everything: gunship green, olive drab, US Air Force, the Russian green, US flat brown. sand yellow, dark grey blue, neutral grey, sea grey, just normal grey, cement grey, olive drab US version, the whole red if you're doing the boats, olive green. So you know you've got it all there, okay, in a set like this. You know, try that. But yeah, so I grabbed that out today, and I did put the model through its paces. You can see, I think if I get it close enough, you can see where I've mask gold, which is where is it? What have I done with the mask gold? I don't know what I've done with the mask. Is it here somewhere? There it is. That's Humbrol Masco. It is good stuff. Give it a good shake. And what I tend to do is I blob it on with with a cocktail stick. Just put that bar. So you put a bit on the end, and then I just gently just dabble onto the glass, and it kind of like levels out into the grooves. You can see where it's leveled out to. It sticks up a little bit as well, and that's because some of the glass is stuck up. But you can see it's pretty well done on there as well. And that's what I use to do the glass on there, because it is quite tiny. Let's put it up there because I don't want to get a mess. So I used the masco. I did the yellow first. I didn't mask any of it up apart from using the masco on the glass. Upside down, I just sprayed it all the bottom end yellow, because all you're actually doing is this little thin bit here. That's all you're doing, and on the underneath of the wings. Okay, that's all you've done, and then turned it over, masked it all up, and then I sprayed the top. When you get your telly, this stuff is what I use to pack the cockpit with. I do it all the time. I just rip a bit off and I just push it in using you can see I just pull it out. See that it's clean in there now. And all I do is I find a piece. Well, it's a bit bigger than that. All I do is put it in a couple of halves, get it there, and I get the there and just push it in. Fold it in, just push it right in there. Find all the gaps. Cut a bit off if it's too much, but yeah, just fill it in. And that's what I do to cover up my cockpits. In it goes. See that? And that's pretty much done. You know, I will have to sand and, you know, scrape away the paint that's got on the edge there, but you can see I don't think any paint's going to get into that cockpit once you've used that technique. It's a really good technique. I use it all the time. So that's as far as I got to, and I then thought about how am I going to do the camouflage work. Now the box clearly shows some, basically it's like one piece on each wing. So you've got that piece there, and then you've got the bit that goes over in the middle. So you've got a U shape and more of a like an L shape going along, and then here it goes up and over. Okay, so it's basically green, brown, green, brown, green. So most of the cockpit on the right side is green, and on the left side you've got little dabs there. But you can do it any sort of pattern you want. And I was trying to think what would be the best way of doing this. Should I do it freehand? This is good stuff. Somebody told me that Flory Models, Phil recommended this on one of it, and he sent me a tin. Not Flory Model, but my mate sent me a tin of this, and basically it's a putty, but you can mould it any which way you like. So you wanted to put it on the wing, but it does flatten out, so you've got to be a bit careful. So once you do, you've got to get it done quickly as you can. So let's follow. So the brown bit, you've got a nice big chunk halfway over the wing to there. So what I would probably tend to do is put that there, give it a use my finger just to press it out a little bit. It's a bit, it hasn't quite gone in there. Do that, press it around like so. Then you've got a bit of a line across there. Let's give this a bit of a pull. But it's marvellous stuff. If I just push that out and just give it a bit of a line, that if you do it slowly it stretches, but if you do it quickly it snaps. Alright, try and get this into like some sort of line, so that'll do there. So I'm going to put a bit there, so I put a chunk there and then just pull him along and over there, just move that back a little bit, give him a bit of a gap. So there's that piece there, moving down to there. Then I want to just pull off another little bit here, and I'm going to mark that piece there all the way along there. It doesn't have to be perfect, that's the beauty of camouflage. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it will look better if it, you know, if it's got, so I reckon that's pretty good along there. I'm going to pull another piece off and flatten it out a little bit. Just looking at this, there's a brown that side, so if we go along to here, over and down, and then carry that on to the end, and just push him down into the recess. Whoops, pulled that up a little bit over there. So you can see what I'm trying to do. You know, when you put this stuff on, you know, you make it as straight as you can. Any questions, by the way, just put them in the chat if you're watching. So there's a, whoops, let's move that back there. So there's a big chunk of brown there. So I'm going to try and make that into more of a V shape. Flatten it down, push out a little bit, make that into a V shape. And then going to put that piece along there, like so. There. And then a little piece at the very end, like so, over the top. And just make that a little bit more flat. And put that there, like so. Which is I'm quite happy with. Cool. So there and there. And then, so on the back end, nice strong piece, and I was going to do a line over here, if I can get it to set, just a line there all the way around, and make it a bit of an angle like so. Just pull that bit off there, that's cool. And then just looking at those, because quite a bit of on this side, you've got quite a chunk there of brown. So flatten it out a bit just by the door there, and then I will go over like so, push him in like that. On the tail, put another piece off, and then is it green? So you've got the green on the tail bit there, so if I go close there and then make that stretch, it doesn't quite stretch as much as I like there. So if I open up a little bit more, place that there. So it's a little bit fiddly, but you can mold it to wherever you want it to go. That's cool. That'll look good there. Oh, by the way, I'm going to lift this up because can you see that it's actually healed quite well. That's actually gone in quite nice. It's not too bad at all. Oh, make it a bit of a stringy mess here, but that's cool. So we'll add to the fun. Just flatten this out again. Get a nice piece there. Stretch it. Place him over there. Cool. Over the top. Make that over. Just pull him out a little bit. There you go. Then we want one for this side as well. And I'll just do the end like so. Perfect. So I think we're pretty much there. I just need to break up that little bit at the front, so it gets a little bit more green. and I'll put that, and just join them up to there. Cool. And that's basically, I'm going to spray that now with that putty on, and hopefully we'll get some nice different camo looks to it. Alright, so yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with that. So it's going to be sprayed with the dark matte green. Yeah, the dark green. So I'm going to spray it with that one. So you've got your dark earth and your dark green. So that's the one I'm going to be spraying with tomorrow. Hopefully get this kit done. Any questions so far? Didn't think much, no. So yeah, let me just show you something, okay? If I pull this out, it's a bit of a swine to get out, but just try and get this putty out. Just show you what I mean by, if I pull this out, put it into a ball, like so. There it is. Push that down. Put the clever putty back in. Now, see, it's all like stuck on there. If we just leave that now, it should just sink back into the tin. So yeah. With the Tamiya, when I sprayed the yellow, I used this stuff, mixed it with the yellow, about 60-40 to get like a milk consistency, and then just sprayed all over the plane. Underneath, then I masked it up, and so I used that. What was else I was going to show you? Yeah, people were asking what airbrush did I use. Is it here? Did I bring the airbrush in? Don't think I did bring the airbrush. Did I? Yeah, I did. So the airbrush I used was the Harder and Steenbeck Ultra. It's a very good airbrush. Twin action. So you push down for air, pull back to let the paint out. On some bits, when I was further away, I pulled back a lot more, but as I got closer, I let go, just so I can get a nice even coat with the brush. Bit of dirt on there still. How I cleaned it, obviously a little bit of IP alcohol, but I think this is amazing. This Badger airbrush cleaner, sprayed on the gun, spray it through the gun as you're letting air out. Absolutely fantastic. Worth buying if you see this in any of your shops, model shops. Badger airbrush cleaner, I think, is absolutely fantastic for getting things clean. So that's what I've used so far today with this kit. Oh, one other thing was always clean your always mix your paint. And I'm quite lazy, and you know, 3 or 4 seconds blitzing it with this, pull up and down as you push it in the pot, in and out. It gives it a really good mix. It's really good. So if you see yourself and you're getting into airbrushing, or even if you want to just use the paint for using a paintbrush, buy one of these and mix the paint up. It will do you good. You'll be surprised how much how much better the paint seems to brush on if you stir it using this. Alright, so that's what I've used today, tool wise. Getting back to building of the kit, there's not really much more to build, but what I was going to try and do tonight is clean up some of the bits. As you can see, there's a lot of flash. So the wheels, there's flash on the wheels, and there's a little bit of flash on the undercarriage there, on the gearing. So we're going to clean them up tonight and fix them together. But I'm going to glue the wheels on. Hush, you say, because they say you use a hot knife so you can make the wheels move. There is no point. You know, the model is not to be played, for me, not to be played with. It's just for decoration, you know, for something I've built. I don't think, you know, you get these kits where you can make the flaps go up and down. To me, it's all gimmicky. Once it's in that position, once they've been glued in, that's absolutely fine. So there we go. We need, I know one of the wheels has come off already, so anyway, so oh, look at that. There's parts there which needs really good cleaning, which is the skids for underneath. So we're going to first off, let's do the wheels first. So getting close to the wheels. Actually, I'm going to use the snips on them and work my way backwards. So I'm going to go, so clicking it, I'm going to actually click through the lug there, get right back there, just get it squeezed, bang, there you go. Where's the other one? There. Just cut more of the lug. So you got a bit of overspill there, and then do that one there. Cool. And then drop the rest on the floor. I think that's everything from that sprue. Yep, that's it. Made in the USSR. I need a cocktail stick. And just push that in there. Nice. Right. So we should have a look at how we. So definitely going to be a flat spot if we're not careful. So if I just go over here, just cut that bit off. Push that on there. And then get my sander and just gently whack it. There's a little bit of flash on there, a little bit of a raise. I have to hold that. It's a bit more than I thought. I'm trying not to, as best I can, flatten off the wheels. I want them as round as possible because I don't know how I'm going to fit it yet. Because the last job I'll probably do is fit the wheels, but then also make a tiny flat spot on the bottom so it looks like they're like got pressure on the wheel on the tires, and they've got like a flat spot one size. Pitter play. I've got a Hotspur from a Ukrainian toy factory, 2-colour box. I purchased it for about 20 Polish zloty, about £4, but I probably will save it as a vintage kit and buy a new one from Arc Models. Yeah, correct. This, I think, it wasn't Nova Ukrainian. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I'm trying to think which was Ukrainian now. Is it Arc Models Ukrainian? I think Arc Models is actually what's it called, Ukrainian. So yeah, I've bought, you know, I'm just doing it for the crack really. I've had it in my stash, and they're quite popular, you know. I know it's a Nova, but they're not collectible anyway. I don't think anybody collects Nova models. I think there are people who collect, they buy the Nova kit to just replace any parts that are missing from a genuine frog kit. You know, that's what I presume. So got quite a bit of overspill there with the flash, so we're just going to just trim around it carefully, watching my fingers. And sorry about the camera. I was talking to one of the viewers today in a different forum altogether, and I just asked him how the stream was. He said, yeah, the camera does seem to struggle with the with the focus, trying to get you know, it's quite far away, but it's at my head height, so it's in my eye line. The camera here is in my eye line, so just give that a good old clean up. There we go. So there's 3 wheels all cleaned up, and there's a 4th one which I know that would already come off the sprue. and they're not looking too bad at all. That one needs a bit more of a clean up, I think. There's quite a ridge there. Cool. So looking at the instructions, I think we need this one here now, which needs a little bit more of a tidy up. And actually see where you actually cut to. So I just go through the flash there first. That's it. Clean off the flash. Perfect. Snip, snip, snip him there, and then snip him down there. My phone bleeping. Oh, there we are. Just a little bit of flash there. So if we just try and trim off the flash very carefully. So you let the blade do the work. If you end up forcing it, you'll end up cutting yourself. And always use a sharp blade as well. That's looking not too bad actually. There he is, he's flat now. Then just make him proper flat. Right, you don't get flatter than that, do you? There's a little bit of flash there. Let's give that a quick rub. Rub him off. Cool. Hi Island RC Duke, how are you? That's it. Always just be careful there. I think that's not going to hurt. That's going to be hidden by one of the wheels there. There's that one, and then the final one is this one. Let's just check. There's a bit of flash in there as well. A bit of flash on the top, so pinch that there. Just trim that off carefully. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then we'll go down here into there. Very delicate. Oh, he's a bit thick there, isn't he? I'll be careful. So if I just put him up right first. Actually, what I might do is place him in there. Nice. Push down one side. There. Use my finger just to keep it in position, and then just try and cut that piece out. Have to go in a little bit. Let's move him up a little bit. There it is. Cool. Cleaning up. Cool. Put him off. Is that going to fit in there? No, it's not. That's a shame. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think you'll see it once it's glued in anyway proper, because it'll be a bit clean. According to the scale mates, I've got DT Institute kit from 1993. The box is green one with violet glider. The box is disintegrating in my stash. Such poor quality. Yeah, it is. If any of you people want to shout out for your channel, if you're doing model kits, let me know and I'll shout you out in my next video, because I'm going to try and repay the faith by linking to other YouTubers in my channel, so it's only fair. So in the instructions, just looking at what colour the wheels are. Does it say what colour the wheels are? Might be on the back here. Right, matte black tyres, matte silver. Matte silver, is it? Okay, that's interesting. What have I got in my drawer? Have I got a matte silver? Let's have a look. Surprised what I've got in my drawer. 168. Come on, out you come. Let's get this little drawer open and see what I've got in my. What number's that one? It's 34. Come on, out you come. I should have got this already, really, shouldn't I? 33. 126. That would do, I think. Ooh. 126. Just make sure what 126 is. And looking on Humbro, 126 is US medium grey. Not too bad, is it? It's like a brand new pot to me. See if I just unscrew it from the bottom, I think. So have a look, see what it looks like from the bottom. Oh, got a little bit left in there. I'll give him a bit of a shake. So David, if you're still watching, what's the missus trying to get you to watch tonight then? What programme is it she's tempting you with tonight? So that's it's all nice and mixed, I think. If I show you this clever putty now, see how it's all falling down to the bottom? If I just lift that off, push that onto it. No, that'll go flat in a minute. Let's get in there. So we've got these here. I need a little bit of blue tack. Just put it there, just cut a piece off. Down. And then just push these in like so. Oh, a bit gloopy. Ooh. I think this needs a little bit of thinner. That skin there. The skin. Get away. Put that skin there. I'm just going to need a little dab of thinner. Where's me? Oh. That one there. Mr. Colour. Right. Need another brush. That one there. Nope. Let's try that one there. That's a bit of a better brush. So pick it up. Dab it here. So it thins it out a little bit. Lid back on. Let's just mix it in and see what happens. Give these a quick brush through. Do. It's just terrible paint, this actually. This paint is terrible. I think the paint's gone off. Just mix that with. Actually, that's a bit better actually. Let's use that brush instead. I'm just putting a bit of grey on it. I'm not too worried. As once it's built, I don't think you'll see this very much. That'll do. Just a little thin coat of paint. Leave that one to dry. That paint's terrible actually. Actually, that paint's gone. Oh, I've used it a little bit. It's terrible. That one can go in the bin then. In the bin. Right, in the bin. To be fair, I've never been impressed with these ones. They just, I don't know who made them. These ones are a bit better. But what we really want to see is the dropper bottles. When they get them going, that'll be really cool. So, yeah. Then we've got the wheels, which I will paint black. Actually, I'm going to glue them on first. What I should have done was done this first before I painted it. Swine. Oh dear, what time is it anyway? Crumbs, is it that? She got the repair shop on. I don't mind that, to be honest. Better than last night. Yeah, wasn't Coronation Street or nothing. So make sure they're in quite straight. Well, I'm going to wait for this paint to dry, I think, before I glue those wheels on. I'm not happy with that paint at all. I think I might have to Windex. Just give them a rub over. I'm not happy with that paint at all. It's terrible, actually. I thought maybe it just needed a little bit of a thin down, but no, that is terrible. Terrible paint. God awful paint. Let's get the old let's give them a good rub out. Oh. Anybody got any plans for builds at the moment? Anything they're building? Just put it in the comments box and I'll respond. Who was it last night who said that the IPMS Model World was not going on this year? Because when I looked on the website, there was no announcement of them cancelling it. That they're keeping an eye open for the you know, they haven't decided whether to cancel it or not yet, but they had no plans to. Who was it who shared that last night? That it was all cancelled. Because the only thing that has been cancelled is their AGM. Do you see what I mean about the Humbro tray? It is fantastic. It cleans up absolutely lovely with a baby wipe. Just your bog standard, cheap ass baby wipe. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in there and I'm going to clean them up better tomorrow night because I think they look absolutely horrible. That paint is terrible. It really is bad. I didn't realise. So I'll clean them up tomorrow. Actually, I might just be able to take the paint off now, mightn't I? Look at that. Blotchy as hell. Good evening, Stuart. How are you? Hope you're well. Clean these up a little bit. Take the paint off. I shall. I'll sort them out tomorrow because I'm not happy with that paint at all. The paint has come up absolutely terrible. So what I'll do is I'll put the wheels in that tray there, and I'll get those. I'll put them in some thinner, clean them up. That is terrible. Ah, look at that! Just that's awful. Awful paint. Umbro. So that paint tin's going to go in the bin. After this, I'll put them in some thinner. What have I done with my actually I'll put in alcohol. What do I do with that thinner too? There it is. I'll clean that paint off. Brush it down. Start again with them. There's the one. There's the other one. Oh well, things like that happen, don't they? I'm very well as well, Stuart, by the way. Very well. So quite a bit of flash on here where the skids are. So I was just going to cut around that first. It should just kind of snap off, break off. It's a nice big chunk of it there. The problem is you've got the pins where that flash is. You can see that you've got the pins where it attaches underneath the glider. So I've got to cut around those pins to make them as good as I can. So it is kind of breaking off or snapping off at the right places, but it's not perfect. Cut that through there. That's that bit gone. Just try and get around that little pin. It is coming off. There you go. There's that pin there. Then we got this piece here. That's not too bad actually. Just right, just in case you're worried about when you cut here it breaks, I've got a little tip for you. If you watch my ultimate tweezer guide, here's a little tip for you. So that's the ones I need, isn't it? I need the flat ones. Yeah. So here's a little tip. If you're worried about when you cut through here and it breaks here, get your tweezers like so, and then pinch either side like so, and hold them straight like that. Okay. And then what you do is, once in that position there, cut the lug first, like so, okay? And you've still got that protection there. Just adjust it slightly because it's a little bit off. So there, boom. Bring your cutters in, either side, and we squeeze, you got all that up there. Just gently, just slowly do it, and it comes off. And while you've got it in that position there, get your knife, sharp knife, and just gently just rub it gently and it will all clean away. There you go. And there you got that protection there, so it won't break. Okay, and that's how it goes in like that. So to clean that little bit off there. But don't ever worry about if you do that, you'll be safe. Gently, a little bit there. I think that's good. That pin again, see, it's just so. Let's be very careful here. Just go around the pin. You need that pin as thin as you can because the holes are quite thin, quite small. So you need to make sure that the pin will go in the hole. There's still a bit of flash on that one, but we can sort it out later. And the same with this one. Bit of clean up. So this is where it gets quite involved. You know, you can build the model up quite quickly, but when it's all the little stuff that takes a little bit more love, that's where you spend your time on it, isn't it? There's a little bit of, just go around it gently. That's it. Break it off. And that little bit there. Again, if you're a bit worried about breaking it, get your tweezers out. Go along and protect the cut there, like so. Hold it, cut at the lug, that's it, and then using the, off it comes. Look at that, you can't get more perfect than that, can you? That paint's almost coming off there now. What I'll do now is, once I've done this, I'll put this in my sonic cleaner, clean them back up. So there you go, there's the two parts, there's three parts of the skid, there's another piece there, but I'll keep that on the run there, and there's the other piece there ready for tomorrow, and we'll paint them up tomorrow and get the decals on. Hopefully I would have had the plane finally finished. Good. History and scale. I've totally gone off Humbrol paints. I don't really like them anymore. There's much better brands out there. I kind of got a soft spot for Humbrol because I used Humbrol for years, like the rest of us did. I still think there's a place for Humbrol. I've had some. I think it depends. Like I said, you know, if you look over the years, I think these were the crap ones. They're terrible. These are a lot better with the 30% extra free. But when they went down this route, what's the other make as well? What's the other type? And those ones seem to be okay. So these two are okay. Those are hit and miss. And the reason because the last time I bought some, I've still got the pot here, I think. It wasn't the 90. Which one was it? I haven't got it, sorry. It was the 168. So it was blue. And you had to really shake it up to get the green to come through, I think it was. And that was utter shite. The new ones, I can agree, are better, yeah. I think these ones are... But the real game changer for me is those dropper bottles. I really do think that if they go down the dropper bottle route, they will win. I really do believe that they will win. Let me just... I've got the catalogue here. I did a video on it, because when I saw them, I was absolutely blown away, thinking, you know... Just go through. Umbro, see, let's get this on camera so you can see. Make sure I tip them. Put them over there on my little stool beside me so they don't get ruined. Put them down here. I know I've only got this much space to play with. So, Umbro, turn them over. So basically you have your enamel. So these are the new pots. Okay, so these are the new ones. But then the dropper bottle. That's going to be the game changer. If they could bring out one that's already mixed, right, for airbrushing as well, like you do with your Vallejo, I think they could be onto a winner. But we've been asking for dropper bottles for years, haven't we? And the paint palette, $1.99 at Hobbycraft. But they are going to be the game changers. Mixing matte with gloss colours can be done to make satin. We all knew that anyway. Into mixing metallics is also just keep stirring or get your badger out and then get it all clean. But yeah, that will be the one. If they but we got this in January now. We're nearly end of April, beginning of May. I would have loved to have seen them out and about already, and at least given them to some of the model kit builders to try them out. But if they did a range that was airbrush ready, I think that would be a success for them. But I have been told they're using a different supplier. But what I don't understand is that, you know, I am a sucker for their acrylic spray. I think I love, if I want to do a job, right, and I don't want to get the airbrush out, set it all up, and have to clean it, if I can grab a bottle of this, or the Tamiya do their ranging colours. But what I don't understand is why we can't get that decent finish through an airbrush. The thinners their thinners isn't that good. But yeah, I'll leave that one to you to think about. But yeah, that is going to be amazing. Actually, I was looking. I've ordered a new tank this week, and I can't remember which one I bought. Which one did I buy this week? I think it was that one, the M4A3 Battle of the Bulge. I think it was that one. Because I got a notification for it. Because I pre-ordered it, and I got a message saying, we can't take in payment. But it happens every single pre-order. But then I use the same card, the same details, and I just buy it directly from the site, and I win. But I think that one's coming. M4A3. I think that's the one that's coming for me this week. Just unbox. But I got a feeling that's an Academy kit. So it doesn't say new tooling, does it? It just says it's available then. But I think that's the Academy version. These look quite nice. The Cruiser and the Mark IV and the Mark VI. They look quite nice. Look at that. Proper square. Sherman Firefly. These are supposed to be all coming out. But these are all new toolings, but I'd like to know whether they're going to share them with Academy or not. That one hasn't come out yet. These Scammels, I reckon they're Thunder model ones. By looking at the way that one looks and looking this one, looking the way they look like on Thunder models, I think that they're produced by them. We'll have to have a look when it comes, but I think they're Thunder model ones. Look on Thunder model and you'll see it. But yeah, reintroduction of the Higgins LCVP. Oh, I've done an unboxing on that one, I think. Yeah, I have, yeah. But there's some nice stuff there. Be really good. And the Battlefields board games. When's that due out then? Is it out now? Anyways, there you go. Right, so it's been an hour. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. It's gone quick, isn't it? Not too much build on the plane tonight. Just show basically what my plan is for here. We should get these all sprayed up. But yeah, it comes off easy. Seals in nice. But you can see how it just droops. So you're going to have to just be a bit careful on that. Bit stringy, cut the strings off. Or pull them off nice and quick. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow night. Right, I think that's everything. I got nothing else to share, I don't think, for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be have this. I'll film the last bit of the paint job on this. I'm undecided whether to spray the black lines underneath on it, or to go another way and just brush paint them on with matte 33. I think I might just brush paint them on. Sometimes for the faff involved, it could be easier just to brush paint than anything else, but we'll see when we get to it. Right, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this evening. If you like the video, click like. Any questions, comments, put them in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on these live streams. Any suggestions? You know, I'm happy to do suggestions. As I say, I am furloughed at the moment, so I have got time to do these, but to do them every night's been a bit of a laugh for me. Anyway, I've enjoyed it. Love seeing all your comments. It's really nice to know people are actually watching and taking notice. And thank you very much. So I think that's it for this evening, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Oh, quickly, before I go, just remember I have put in the videos, I did film what I sprayed up today and did a quick overview on how I did it. It's there now. Just look it up. It's the Hotspur Glider Part 1 painting. Just look that up on my channel and you'll see it. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow evening. Cheers.